Gemini. I post weekly crafting, cooking, and organic gardening videos right here on my YouTube channel. In this tutorial, I'm getting you guys ready for Valentine's Day with my fabric gift books. So here's how it works. The closure is just a little piece of ribbon, and then when we open it up, you see the cute little embellishment. I created these fabric appliques using my sliced digital cutter. If you're not familiar with the slice, you can click right here and I'll send you over to a video product review that I did in a previous video. Moving right along, let's open it up right to the center. More embellishments here, another applique, and then I put a pocket. It's one full pocket, but when we stitch down the center here, it makes two pockets. And I think this is really cute to give as like something to hold gift cards or little love notes. I made this one here just to give you guys an idea. It's a little coupon that says 1 free massage, you know, things like that that you can gift for your loved ones. A little love note, you can put them in here, a lollipop, you know, whatever you're gonna give your loved ones for Valentine's Day, you can actually just put them in these little pockets. I think it's a really cute idea. Then we turn over to, there's 2 more pages here on the back, and I just added a few more appliques, okay? And then you see the back cover. So it's really simple to make, really cute. For this week, Slice is actually offering up another giveaway. So we're gonna be giving away a new Slice starter kit to one of you lucky viewers. Make sure you finish watching the rest of the video tutorial so you can learn the details on how you can enter to win your own Slice. Now for those of you that already have a Slice digital cutter, our friends at Slice have offered up some coupon codes for you to use during this week. You can find all the information below underneath this video in the description box. Now let's start with the materials we'll need, and we'll jump right into making our little gift book. For this project, here are the different pieces of fabric you'll need to cut out. This chunk here is for the outside cover. These 3 are for inside pages. Then this piece here is for our interior pocket. And then you're going to need 2 pieces of a really lightweight batting. If you can get some cotton or polyester, whatever you have will do. The information for the sizes and the measurements that you need to cut out are all included in the description box underneath this video. So go ahead and open that for all the info. And now we're going to get started. Aside from those pieces, we're also going to need whatever fabric embellishments you want to use. In my case, I used my Slice digital cutter to cut these out and basically make my own fabric appliques. After I fuse them down to my pages, it's going to look something like this. But if you don't have a Slice cutter, just, you know, pull up some different fabric embellishments. You can use fabric paints, fabric markers, whatever you want. This is the time that you're going to make the little booklet really your own. Then for the tie, what we're going to use to close up the booklet, you can either use some ribbon or a little bit of tulle here just to give it another decorative touch. Then you're going to need, you know, the basic stuff, rotary cutter, rulers, rotary cutting mats. And if you are doing fabric appliques, you are going to need an iron and a pressing surface as well. And just to let you know that the card that I'm using here is called Je t'adore, and it has all these little lovey type Valentine's Day designs that are perfect for this kind of project. And I will let you know that this card was originally made for the first Slice that came out, which was only made to cut paper. The card will work on the new and improved Slice, but some of the designs that are a little bit more intricate and stuff may not come out as well on the fabric cutting. You can definitely still do all of them on paper, but what I'm doing, you can see all the ones I've cut here have cut out fine on fabric. It's just some of the ones that have more like something like this, these little flourishes and stuff. Some of these ones with like smaller cutout pieces and things, I wouldn't try to do those on the fabric. And so just be mindful of that. But the ones that you can't cut out on fabric, I would definitely use them, you know, to still work on some paper craft projects. Now I'm going to cut out some designs using the Applique Basics card that comes with the starter kit, okay? And these are all the designs. You can see it has some heart options here. And then of course you can spell out stuff with the text or numbers. Remove the paper backing off of your pieces, lay them where you want them. Okay, and I think that looks good. Right there. And just fuse it into place. And then if you want, take some coordinating thread and stitch around these just to make sure that they're really secured into place. And if you are doing machine applique, I suggest that you stitch them down now when it's an individual piece of fabric like this, as opposed to doing it after we put the booklet together, because then the stitches are going to show on the outside cover and we don't want that, okay? So I'm going to do a small zigzag stitch. So after we stitch down our applique and everything is secured just on that one layer, okay? First you're going to lay your batting piece down. Then you want to grab the outside cover fabric and put it on top of the batting with the pretty side facing up. And then that interior page, you're going to put it with the pretty side facing down. So you're making a little sandwich with the batting on the bottom. Then we're going to go ahead and pin all the way around. Then before we start stitching, let's leave an opening somewhere, and I'm just going to do it so that it's somewhere here on the bottom of the page. I got a pencil and I'm just going to mark about a 2.5 inch opening here. And we're not going to stitch in this because we need to leave a hole to turn it inside out. So you want to start on one end of that mark, back stitch to secure the stitches, and then with a straight stitch and a 1/4 inch seam allowance, we're going to stitch all the way around, pivoting on the corners until we come all the way back to the other side of our mark, and then back stitch here as well. And notice I'm sewing with the batting side always down. It makes it feed through the machine a lot easier. Now I'm going to trim these corners to reduce some of the bulk there, even though there's not that much. Then you're going to reach into that opening and notice where I'm going to flip it out through, in between the two fabric layers, okay? So that when we turn it, the batting is going to be sandwiched inside. After you have that, we're going to press it. And the opening, we're just going to tuck in those raw edges. And then you're going to go back to your sewing machine and stitch real close to this outside edge, about 1/8 of an inch away from the edge, just to secure everything in place and close off this opening. Once that's done, you can set that aside and start working on the interior pages. Now we're going to take one of our inside pieces and we're going to attach the pocket to it. And to do that, we need to fold one of the long edges of your pocket. I want you to fold it towards the ugly side of the fabric. Notice, pretty side down. Towards the ugly side of the fabric, only on one edge, you're going to fold it 1/4 of an inch, roughly. You can eyeball it. And then we're going to refold it. So we're making a simple hem right here on the top edge. And then we need to go to our sewing machine and we're going to stitch close to this edge, okay, close to this folded edge. Just a straight stitch all the way down. So it's stitched down. I'll quickly press it. Now we're going to take one of the white ones. We're going to lay this on top of it. And you're going to put some pins. Now we're going to take this to our sewing machine and we're going to stitch super close to the edge, and only on 3 sides, okay? Here, across this way, and up this way. So this is going to create our pocket. Now because we're using a 1/4 inch seam allowance in the project, to stitch this pocket down, I want you just to use about 1/8 of an inch. So I want you to come super close to this edge here. Straight stitch, down, pivot on the corner, and go across and then back up this way. And the reason for that is that we're going to stitch this to another piece, and I want these seams that we're using here to base this down to be encased in the full seam allowance so you won't see it. So now to embellish the inside pages, I'm going to put a little I love you here. Actually, let me fold this in half so I know exactly where my halfway mark is. Guess right there, looks good. And so because we're going to have another sheet on the back of this, right, we need to then embellish this side as well. And so I'm going to go ahead and mark my halfway point again, and I'm going to add these on here. I've stitched down the ones I needed to stitch down. Now we can layer these up, and the batting is going to be the first layer. Then I'll take one of these and put it with the pretty side facing up, and then the second one is the pocket one with the pretty side facing down. And then we're going to pin all the way around these. And repeat what we did with the first one. So go 1/4 inch all the way around, leaving this space open. And then go back and top stitch all the way around. Okay, so I've stitched it all around. And now we have what is going to be our little booklet, okay? So you can see this will be the outside cover. Then I think I'm going to do it like this. So this can be here, you open it, 2 pockets on the inside, and then like that, and like that. Super cute. Now we can stitch these two together to create the actual little booklet. So all you need is basically to stitch down the halfway mark. So if you want, you can pin these. And now to stitch through all these layers, I definitely recommend like a heavy duty needle, either like a 90-14 or a 116 size needle, and a walking foot if you have it. It'll help keep everything nice and even. But I'm basically going to crease my booklet right here, press it to get that mark, And that's going to be my sewing guide. It might even help to put pins on either side of that line. Okay, and then I'm going to stitch right here. And there's our little booklet. So I'm going to put some red ribbon on my as the tie, and I just wrapped a piece of ribbon around. I made sure that it was the length that I wanted it to be, and then I just carefully opened it, holding it there, and then I just put a pin in place. So I know exactly where it needs to be stitched down, and now I'm just going to run a few straight stitches back and forth right there to secure it. And so our tie is done. Then we can put in, you know, our little gifts or whatever, little love notes. You can put them in there, close it up, and tie it. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial on how to make my little fabric gift books. I hope that you'll give it a try. If you do, remember to upload pictures of your completed projects to my Facebook page, because we love to see what you're making from the Crafty Gemini tutorials. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and hit it with the thumbs up below, share it across the different social media sites, and don't forget to click that subscribe button so you won't miss out on any of my new video tutorials. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.